Welcome to the Sing Confidently, Live Creatively podcast, a show to help you build confidence as you start singing, acting, dancing, and being creative again. Hi, I'm Estelle. I'm a singer, actor, performer, and a beginner voice coach who knows how it feels to want to use your God-given creative gifts, but you stay stuck in fear and doubt. The solution is to start building confidence. You have gifts that you need to grow and use and share, and the world is waiting for you. I want to be there with you to help you do that. It's time to live creatively. So without further ado, let's begin. Hi, welcome back to the show. I'm so excited that you are here. I am so excited to be here once again, week after week, here to encourage you, here to connect with you, and really to build a creative community. I would love for this community to be one where we are supporting each other creatively, we are engaging with each other, and really just inviting other people to know that you have creative gifts. Come on over and use them, and don't feel afraid to use them. The episode with Gina Morgano last week, if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. I believe it's episode 130. All about loving your voice and singing, and she gave some great steps for beginner singers especially. So go back and listen to that if you haven't listened. But one thing she talks about is making space for your voice, and I just feel like when you have a safe space, which is what I so want this place to be for you, to know that you can always come here and come listen to this podcast, go to the performing arts community on Facebook, come to my Instagram at Creatively Performing Arts, and know that you will always be encouraged. You will, point blank and period, always be encouraged, always feel safe, dreaming about being creative, dreaming about singing and about dancing and about doing these things that you're low-key, I wish I could do this more. You don't have to be low-key about it in these spaces. No way. This is a safe space. You can explore that curiosity. You can ask those questions. Come DM me on Instagram at Creatively Performing Arts. Come and leave a comment anywhere. Literally, you don't have to be afraid to make that space for that creativity inside of you that you want to explore so badly. This is a safe space, and I just want this to be that space for you and for other creatives to know that yes, I have this creative gift inside of me. I want to start exploring it. I want to start using it more. I want to grow it a little bit. I want to develop it more. And I can come back to this podcast over and over and over again and hear from people like Gina Morgano and Broadway performers like Nyla Watson and Latin Grammy Award winners Drea Lopez. I just blinked for a second, who I've had on the show, and so many other incredible artists and voice coaches, just so many people who have been on this show already and who are still coming on. Just you wait, there are still more people coming, who can encourage you week after week. And then of course I'm always here doing whatever I can to encourage you as well, week after week, sharing my own experiences as someone who is performing, who is performing professionally, and really in those beginning stages too, but more so on the professional level of starting to be a performer and sing professionally, and currently auditioning for master's programs, and that's a whole journey. And just I'm there with you. I definitely understand what it's like to feel you're a beginner, or to feel you are just dreaming of this creativity and this artistic expression that you want so badly to pour out, but you're sometimes unsure of yourselves. Sometimes you experience lack of confidence, right? Sometimes you question yourself, and I completely understand. I've been there. I still have those moments. I had a moment last week where I was just I was working on an application for a master's program I'm applying to in vocal performance and pedagogy. So teaching voice and also performing, right? Which is of course, I love that. That's what I'm doing here. That's what I do in my business. And that's what I do on my online studio and in this podcast as well. But that's what I want to do, right? But I had this moment of just doubt of what am I doing? Is this actually going to work? Am I actually going to get in? Who do I think I am? All these thoughts that come in. And that's actually what I want to talk about with you today, because I have this upcoming workshop that is going to be sometime in November. I'm actually letting you guys like choose a time that works best. I'm kind of like wanting to hear from you. I have a Google form. If you go to the link below in the show notes, just click on that link. It'll be right underneath this episode, wherever you're listening. It'll be bold in all caps. You'll see it there to sign up for this free workshop I'm doing. Why do you need to join this workshop? Not just because it's free, but genuinely because it is valuable to you. If you know that you are ready to, the year is wrapping up. You're not going to go one more year, not going to go one more month without exploring that creative gift that you have, right? And part of it is that maybe you struggle with believing that you are worth investing time and energy into, when it comes to building and growing that creative gift of singing, of performing. You might not even be a singer strictly. Maybe you're an actor listening to this, or you are wanting to start acting. Singing is going to help you. It is going to help you as an actor. It's going to, first of all, add to your portfolio. You can add that to your resume as a special skill, right? Of being able to sing a specific genre. And you're not going to get there if you don't, take those steps. So this workshop is really going to help you to see, to start to have that sense of belief in yes, I do have this creative gift. Yes, I can build confidence in myself in this creative gift of singing and performing, presenting on stage. Even if you're a dancer, especially if you're a dancer who ever does auditions for musicals and movie musicals and theater shows as well, it's great to have the skill of singing. It's great to develop that at any level, because you might, if you end up in a musical, you might also need to, in addition to a dance call, to audition for the dance position of a dancer, you might also need to do an audition where you sing a song, right? Where you sing, whether it's 8 bars or 16 bars, 32 bars, and you're going to need to have that, that vocal experience. So this is a great opportunity for anyone who wants to build and develop that skill of singing and performing, or just is curious about that as a form of creative expression, because you are actually going to start to develop that belief in yourself that yes, you can do this. You do have this gifting, and you do want to express it, and you're ready to build that confidence in yourself and in your voice. And so I'm so excited for you to just sign up. If you just sign up, it's not that you're signing up to be in the workshop necessarily, unless of course you will be automatically added to the my email list. So then you'll get the alerts about the workshop when it's coming, but it'll also give me that ability to see when it will be a convenient time for you. And then also one question that you have when it comes to singing and performing, so that I can answer that question that you have in the session. So you'll kind of get a free coaching with me in the workshop, which is so cool. It'll be virtual from the comfort of your own home, wherever you are in the world. You can do this. You can join this at this time. It's amazing. Okay. It's basically going to be a free hour of coaching, voice coaching, because I'm going to be able to answer your question that you might have when it comes to singing and performing. And so I'm so excited. I'm already seeing the sign up, and I just am so excited to hear from more of you and see you guys at that workshop. And so what I really want to hit on today goes along with that, because if you do not believe that you have a creative gifting, if you don't believe that you have this gift of singing, if you have, and if you don't believe that it's worthwhile, then you're not going to take the time to invest time, money, energy into growing it, because you're I don't even what do I have to do? Okay, singing, yeah, I'd love to sing one day, and that's it. But then you don't actually take action on it. You don't actually do anything with it, because deep down, do you believe that your voice deserves to be heard? Do you believe that you have a reason to sing, right? That sounds so cheesy. What is your reason for singing? I have a reason to sing, right? Kind of sounds funny, but it's true. Okay. It's a bit dramatic sounding. I understand that. I am a theater girly. I can be dramatic sometimes. Okay. But the truth is that if you don't just believe that you deserve to be heard, that your voice deserves to be heard, then you're not going to invest that time to grow and to develop yourself as a singer and a performer. Even though you have that gifting, even though you have that curiosity, that interest, you're I want to express myself more creatively. I want some sort of creative outlet, or maybe you want to do this as a career and you don't know where to start. right? If you don't believe that your voice deserves to be out there, to be put out there, to be shared, then you're not going to even put in the time and energy to grow it. And so you have to start developing that belief in yourself that I do have this voice, and maybe it's not perfect yet. No one is perfect. No one's voice is perfect. Okay. But maybe it's not at the level that I'd love it to be yet, but it can get there if I believe that it is worth getting there. And if I believe that I do have a song to sing. I'm sorry, just thinking about like I have a song to sing, like it sounds like a Disney movie or something, but I love it. It's great. But you do have a song to sing. You do have something that needs to be put out there, and it's worth putting out there. And I want to remind you of that. I want to tell you that today. You do have if you have the ability and the desire in you to sing and to express yourself creatively, to be on stage, to tell stories from the stage, then your voice deserves to be heard. It does. Your story deserves to be shared. And I'm right here to encourage you along the way. But you have to start with that belief in yourself. And another thing that you need to believe, not only that that you should raise your voice, right? That you deserve to raise your voice, because from there you're going to start building confidence in your voice by taking those steps of action to then share your voice, to develop your voice, right? But in addition to believing that your voice is worth being raised up and being shared, right? And being explored and expressed and developed, in addition to that, you have to believe that you are worth investing time in, and I feel like I especially want to say this to women because like majority of my audience is women. So, hey girls. Also, wherever you are, whoever you are, still love you. No problem. But majority of my audience, I believe, based on just what I've seen in the analytics and like who I mainly communicate with, are primarily female identifying. So specifically to the women, because, okay, this world is always trying to find ways to, I don't know, women are just not always, we don't always take as much time for ourselves, right? A lot of the time, that's kind of the idea. That's kind of this is kind of the reality, right? And so when it comes to like investing time in something that is a gift that like literally God has put in you, this ability to express yourself, to be bold, to stand and say, yes, like I love to sing. I love art. I love art. I love to express myself in the arts. I'm not shy about that. And there's nothing cheesy about that. And there's nothing, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's not all vanity, and it's not all superficial. That's what I'm looking for. It's not all superficial. Just because I love the arts and I love creativity and I love things that are, beautiful, that's meaningful too. And you deserve to invest time in the things that you believe are meaningful, such as your art, such as singing and performing and theater and doing those things. And taking that time as a time of self-care for yourself. It can be a form of self-care to sing, to express your voice, right? Because if you're not able to raise your voice, right, in the comfort of your own home on a voice lesson, right, or at a voice workshop with me, right, then it's going to be, if you're able to do that in that setting, then of course you're going to feel more comfortable raising your voice in other areas of your life. So it translates to other areas. If you are willing to say that, no, I deserve to spend this time to care for myself, to care for my well-being, to care for my mental and emotional well-being by doing something that is expressive and beautiful, and taking time for something that I love that is beautiful, like storytelling and singing and performing, and taking that time for yourself. So I want to encourage you to invest the time in yourself as well, by joining the singing workshop. It's a free workshop, and you can invest this time to do something that is fun and expressive and beautiful, and will help you to live a more creative life, because we are made in the image of God. I believe we're made in the image of God, and God is the creator, the ultimate creator. So of course, we all have a desire to create as well. So why not create using your voice, creating stories, creating beautiful melodies, right? But it has to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And that's why I love to be talking about this on this show. Like, start by lifting your voice. Start by like just taking small steps of action. Start by just taking some voice lessons and just exploring your voice a little bit more and more, right? So I hope this encourages you, that you have to establish this belief in yourself. Believe that your voice is worth being, worthy of being heard, of being raised. And also believe that you can take that time, that you should take that time. Take time to explore those giftings that you have. Take time to explore those curiosities that you have about your, and to express yourself creatively by singing and performing. Take that time. It is so worthwhile. I can tell you that for a fact. It will build your singing builds your confidence, and at the same time, singing builds your confidence in singing. Like, singing builds your confidence in general, right? When you are taking that time to invest that time in yourself, but it also builds your confidence in your singing voice and in your voice in general, because the more you sing, the more confident you feel singing, the more confident you feel using your voice, like on a podcast like this or on a stage or wherever in your workplace. You'll feel more confident using your voice. So start to think about, how can I develop this belief that I can raise my voice, I can use my voice, and also developing the belief that you deserve to make time for yourself for creative expression, especially if you're a woman, because we're not always encouraged to do that, to make time for ourselves for creative expression. Oh, that's just a silly little hobby. Oh yeah, you don't have time for that. Oh, you have to do all these other things. Yes, those other things are important, but it's good to find time to express yourself creatively and to invest time in something that you genuinely love, like theater, like acting, like singing, like performing. And so I really just invite you with all my heart to come and sign up at the link right below this and join this workshop. Okay, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be virtual, and you will start to build that confidence, start to develop that confidence in, how can I start singing and performing and expressing myself creatively? You will start developing, we'll talk through how you can start taking those steps to build confidence in singing and performing. And I'll also answer the questions that you guys put in that Google form. It takes less than a minute for you to fill out. It's super short. But just go ahead and fill that out. I would love to see your responses, and I'm so excited for us to actually do this workshop. So it's going to be great. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. I hope this encourages you. I really do. If this does, as always, leave a review, please. I would love for you to leave a review. I love doing this podcast for free. It's free content, and I hope it helps you, and genuinely you can take like at least one action step from today's episode. But if it does help you and you really do like this free content, it would be amazing if you could just leave a review, because it will help other people get to this show. And there are so many people around the world, especially in this world right now that is full of terror, full of horrors, full of, so much darkness and evil. And, there are so many people in this world right now who are in pain and who are struggling, but they might have access to the internet, and they might have access to a podcast that might encourage them, even just a little bit today. So you leaving that review can actually help this message spread across the world to more people who have creative gifts that they would love to use. So please go ahead and leave that review. Thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. You're a star. Have an amazing week. I will talk to you later. Don't forget to sign up for the workshop, okay? All right. Talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.